Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello and welcome to Footy Judge Mo people. This is your counter-view show in the morning. I got a fantastic panel with you. We're going to talk about everything, of course, that happened yesterday, the day before, and on Saturday. It's Tuesday, it's Champions League day, but we're here to talk about Arsenal being scary, as Terry Flowers always say, and they are unstoppable in the league. We'll see if someone can stop them or not. Manchester City, Phil Foden is the new Messi. This is what Pep Guardiola have said. He is a game winner like Messi. And Liverpool might be snubbed by Xabi Alonso, who is in talks with Bayern Munich. Of course, with Mohamed Salah is back. He's back for the City game. Surprise, surprise, of course. But listen, if you're watching this now, like the video before you go on. If you're watching us on the replay, like the video because you're in for a fantastic video. I'm here with fantastic panel, of course. Jerry James, Joe from Just George Football Show, Martin the Mancunian way, and Martin, your favorite Arsenal fan. Your favorite Arsenal fan is here, of course. Martin, of course, the positive Martin. So hit that like button, people. How's everybody doing? Everybody doing all right?
I'm good, man.
Great.
I'm good.
Yep.
Very
5:30 in the morning. Great time.
5:30 in the morning for you, 7:30 in the morning for me. It looks very, very good. But listen, people, there's only one place to start, which is Arsenal. Best team in the league at the moment. I've heard it all yesterday. Best team in the world again. They never learn, but it's fine. They never learn. They keep saying that. But they are actually one of the best teams in the world. They are in the league. They are unstoppable. And I'm going to go with Martin, Arsenal first. Unstoppable Arsenal. Do you think you play the best football in the league at the current moment? Do you think someone can stop you? Are you afraid of anyone, or do you think you can just win all the games? Can you do a City run though? We'll call it a City.
Can we do a City run? I think we've won 7 in a row now, which I think is the best record of anyone so far this season as far as consecutive Premier League wins. And I think we did this 5+ away goals in a row for 3 games or something. There's all these records everywhere, but the only one that really matters is that we're 3rd in the league right now, which means that I'm looking forward to Sunday. I don't really think it's our job to fear anyone. I don't actually think we're in it until we're sort of in the top 2. So it's kind of a good position to be in. There's not a lot of pressure on us, which kind of made us come unstuck a bit last year. And we're playing brilliant football, but it's against fairly weak opposition. So I was expecting to beat Sheffield, even though I was trying to be humble before the game. But it just comes down to Brentford now as the next game. We always have a bit of a hard time against them. And I think that's Saturday night. So we've got a chance to go top of the league before these guys play. And then Sunday is probably going to be the biggest game of the season so far as deciding the title. But I'm fantastically happy with everything that's going on with the team. All the people that everyone said was crap was actually pretty good. And Arteta does seem to know what he's doing, which is a bit reassuring after all that questioning. Even before the Liverpool game, people were saying we should replace him with someone. And that was only 4 games ago. So this is the world we live in. And I'm just happy to be here. It's a crazy title race this year. So
it is crazy.
Humble.
It is crazy. Martin, looking at the game yesterday, you see Arsenal. You look at this Arsenal. They are facing City after the international break, if I'm not mistaken, in about a month. But within 2 games, do you see them as the biggest threat, Martin, for this title, for your crown, if we call it your crown, because you're the.
You're smiling because you know what you're doing.
I am not.
You know what you're doing.
Listen, I literally said Arsenal aren't winning the league, and I laughed. There is a video of me. You know what I'm talking about, Martin. There is a video of me, LB, and Hosam laughing when we asked if Arsenal are winning the league. Listen, circumstances make me change my mind. I didn't see Arsenal playing this way. Arteta went back to play good football, direct, straight, and I can change my mind. As people said, Liverpool wouldn't win without the superstars with all the injuries, but they're winning the game. So,
yeah, the one thing I saw I think it's all level between the 3. There's a point between all 3. And City, we've got to play absolutely A, and we've got to go to obviously Anfield at the weekend. Europe competitions are about to all come back into contention again. As teams get deeper, you're going to get harder challenges. We don't know how that's going to handle the pressure. So, to me, I don't think anyone's favourite right now. I think Liverpool are winning in their own way with all their injuries. Arsenal are playing fantastic football and blowing teams away. And City are just doing what we normally do, is just on a machine run. So every team's in form in their own heads. Every team is in form. And it's whoever cracks first. So no, I don't think Arsenal are better than Liverpool. I think we're all much of the muchness right now.
You guys don't think Arsenal are better than City and Liverpool at the moment? Honestly. I'm being honest. Nobody thinks that Arsenal are better than Liverpool and City in terms of the way they play, the way they blow out teams. Yes, no?
I think we're playing better than I've seen Arsenal play. In a very, very
playing well, yeah.
You're very political. Oh my God.
No, I think we had this discussion last week, Mo, and they are playing the best football. Because if you remember, we were chatting and saying, yeah, but where are they in the league? But I think it's evident now. I mean, I know it's Sheffield United and they're terrible. Jamie Carragher said it best when he said there are like 3 championship teams in the Prem right now. But yeah, they're flying out there. They're putting teams to bed. They're able to bring off Saka at half-time, which isn't a luxury they had really last season. You know, they still need a replacement for him, I think, long-term. Not replacement as in thing, but someone to share minutes with him. But yeah, he's able to, when you can blow teams away in the first, 14 minutes, you can then start to rest players and get people ready for the running. So I just think the experience gained from last year puts Arsenal in good stead. But City and Liverpool have years of experience of this, so it's going to be interesting and it's exciting as a neutral watching the Premier League.
I know you're not neutral, by the way. I know you want Arsenal to win the league.
No, and that's not because I dislike. That's not because I dislike City or Liverpool. By the way, it's just because I want someone different to win it. Anyone except Man United and Chelsea, really. But I'll take Arsenal just to add some flavour to it, you know, because it's been a bit not boring, but it's nice to see some different people win it. In it, it's nice.
It has been a farmers' league. Pep Guardiola,
in a sense, yeah, a little bit. So.
It did, to be honest, yes, it did. Yeah, let us know what you guys think in the chat. Let us know what you think. Get involved.
We'll say that again. Farmers' League. Even though United won it 8 out of the first 11. But Farmers' League was...
And that was a Farmers' League at then.
But it wasn't. Nobody called it a Farmers' League when the great Man U did it.
Farmers' League didn't exist then,
okay, now guys, that term didn't exist, but everybody knew that was Man United League and everybody was just in it. Come on.
No,
I was 10 years old. I was 10 years old, and the programs in Saudi Arabia between 5 and 8 years old and 10 years old when I left, it was only playing Sharp. We used to know the team in red as the Man United, the Sharp, the team when they had Sharp. Come on, that was their
true.
league,
bro. This
that
is
was
where we
their
have a
league,
top
and
6.
that was their.
We
league.
used to have a top 2, Arsenal, Man United. Then it became a top 4. And now it's a top 6 because everyone's got better over time. I think.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It was Man United league, and when Arsene Wenger won it, it was oh my God, he won the league. And come on, we don't want that here. Even though if it was my team, I would have been like, I'm all right to win it, whatever. You know what I mean? I don't care. This monopoly, guys, over 250 of you here. Let's get to 100 likes or 150 likes, guys. Come on, it's simple, it's easy. It's underneath your live chat. Come on, hit that like button, guys. Underneath your live chat. Come on, don't be lazy. Jerry, Arsenal, Manchester City, Liverpool scraping a win at the end, of course.
Yeah.
How do you think your chances are now?
I still think I think I echo what Martin said. I know there's this narrative that, you know, Arsenal are, you keep pushing this, that they're the best in the league. I mean, in the Premier League, 100% they're blowing teams away. But if I'm correct, you obviously lost in all competitions. You lost against Porto, obviously away. City are actually unbeaten in 2024, if I believe. You haven't lost a game?
Yeah.
So technically on form, yeah. So technically on form, City are the best team on form. The league just doesn't suggest it. So that's the on form, right? If you're talking about on form, and then we discussed it last week. You have to look at league position and then apply context to situations as well, because every as Martin said, every team that is going to look at their perspective and go and say, oh, okay, well, Liverpool might be the best team on form because they've got loads of injuries. They've got no forwards, no strikers, and they're still able to go and get results. What happens when they click? Then it's going to be a problem for everyone. Then you've got City fans that will look at it and be like, look, do you know what I mean? We're conceding goals. Do you know what I mean? Screamers from Rashford, we're still able to get the job done, and we're walking. Do you know what I mean? Our nearest rivals are not even laying a glove on us, and we haven't lost the game at all in 2024. And you've got Arsenal that are scoring 6, 7, 8 past every single team, it seems like, bar that one Porto game. So it just depends how you look at it and how each team navigate the certain situations they're in, because I guess every team in their own right would want to be where they are currently in terms of how they're playing. Like from a Liverpool perspective, I mean, look, I'd love to blow teams away, but I'm quite a realist and I don't expect to go and do that when we've got Gakpo playing up front who can't hit a barn door, Luis Diaz playing, do you know what I mean, that can't seem to hit a barn door either, yet we're still able to go and win. And we've just come off the back of obviously winning the Carabao Cup. So I'm cool, I'm confident. And yeah, man, this is what it is.
I like how every team's got their own kind of thing going on. Like Liverpool's running on this Klopp farewell fairy tale, and City's got Pep, the juggernaut, the monsters, the best players in the world, and all that kind of stuff. And we're just, I don't know what we are. We won't get any credit for anything until we win a title. But keeping up with these guys is special.
Do you think you're actually performing to the level that you are because you haven't got the pressure of being first? Let's say you swap positions with Liverpool and you guys were leading the pack. Do you think the performances would be the same, or do you think the fact that there's no pressure on well, there's pressure in terms of you want to keep up with the pack, but there's no pressure in terms of if it's ours to lose essentially in terms of league positioning? Because in the Porto game, it's like the levels dropped instantly when there was a bit more pressure. When it's like, all right, Arsenal's got to go and do the business. Whereas in the Premier League, you're coming against teams that look, you should be beating. You've done really well against Liverpool because I was at the game as well at the Emirates. And since then, it's like, all right, we're second, but we're just going to keep winning, and we're just going to try to keep up the pace as opposed to being chased in the league.
I think fundamentally we're playing some of the most constricting football I've ever seen. I've never seen teams leaving at 14 minutes. I mean, fans leaving the ground at 14 minutes. This is getting crazy, but the way that we're not conceding any shots, I think it's one shot on target in the last 3 games. The XG against us is like almost nothing, right? So it's very easy to have a winning platform on top of that. But the way that we're scoring so many goals, 5, 6 goals without a recognized striker, it's kind of just thrown all of the accepted wisdom about us into the bin because everyone was saying we had to have a big striker to compete. So I think we're clicking into gear. The new players that we brought in are starting to deliver on really some of their promise, because Havertz was flattering to deceive for a while. And I mentioned this on another stream. I don't know if you guys played a game called Daytona in video game arcades, where it's like a car racing game. Everyone sits next to each other. Whoever's in a third gets like a speed boost from the game so they can catch up to the guy at the front. And that's what it feels like right now. Whoever gets into the lead feels this headwind pressure. And the guys behind sort of catch up. A few of us have had the lead already. Like we had it at Christmas and then we lost it. So I think it's best for us to be where we are right now and focus on getting past Porto in the Champions League, which I think was a bit of a wake-up call for these players because I think we might have been a bit complacent to think it would have been easy to go there and just grab a win. I think 3, 4, 5-0 predictions I think I saw. But we needed that, I think, a little bit, even though it was a last-minute, crazy goal. Going over there and not really playing our game was just a little bit disappointing. So that's what I'm hoping to see when the Porto comes to town. We can actually right some of the wrongs which are a decade old. I think we've been to the round of 16, knocked out in the round of 16 7 or 8 times in a row now in the Champions League. So we've got to deal with some old demons and put those to bed at the same time as we keep up with you guys. But I'm just enjoying the fact that you guys have to play each other, and there's a good chance we'll be ahead of one of you guys after the weekend.
One of the things I was looking at it yesterday, and I saw that the stats for Arsenal are increasing. And if it stays like this, you'll be first in every aspect. So you were 8th in chances created. You're now 4th, only 9 behind Liverpool. Big chances created. Touches in the opposition box. You're now first. You were 3rd, right? everything tells me that Arsenal have changed the way they play, that Arsenal are going forward, that Arsenal are actually improving everything in their game. This is what I'm, and also the defense. The defense have stayed the same, but it even gotten better lately in the last 6-7 games. Though if this stays the same, and it's not, I'm not like blowing whatever steam on Arsenal's asses, whatever how you guys say that. The reality is the way that we're looking at Arsenal in the last 7 games is different than how we looked at them in the beginning of the season. It's just different. It looks different. The team looks different. They're more direct. We aren't seeing this pass back, kill the game by passing the ball until, like, from the first minute, they're going in to get the first goal. They aren't trying to control the game. That's different than the Arsenal in the beginning of the season. That's why I'm looking at this Arsenal team. I'm saying, like, they might have the minerals though to win the league. They might have it in them to actually go all the way and win it. I know everybody is not gonna respect them until they win it, but also I have to respect the work that Arteta have done in this team. There's a lot of people that said, "Yeah, you did this, you did that last season." Look at him this season. Look at how he's able to rest his players. Now Kai Havertz playing up top. He's playing all right. He's improving them. And remember, Arteta is just new to the game. He was an assistant to Pep Guardiola. He learned from him. He had to go in his own way. It's his first job. He isn't Pep, who isn't Jurgen Klopp, and you can tell, right? But he's trying. He's probably the 3rd best manager in the league at the current moment. Well, if he wins the league this season, I think that proves that, yeah, he learned from the best, which is Pep. And then he went to Arsenal, improved a lot of players, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? We have to accept it because a lot of people don't like Arteta. A lot of people want to put him.
I don't think that's
simply
a problem.
People want to talk about him. People don't want to give him credit. A lot of it, and it's not only Arsenal fans. It's also oppositions and rivals. They just don't want to give him.
Imagine he wins the league.
Oh, sorry. Andrew.
Yeah, no. It's going to be interesting to see the flex by some Arsenal fans. What they're going to do. I think it's you're going to have to fall on your sword kind of vibe, aren't you, and just say, yeah, I got that one wrong. I think things take time. Like, in order for him, even if they don't do well in the Champions League, I expect them to beat Port or whatever, and people will use that as a stick to beat him with. But it's difficult to fight on all fronts. I think it takes time. Look at Pep and Klopp, how long they've been in their jobs now, and they do fight on all fronts every single season, or at least competitive. It's hard for Arteta to do that from the off. It's only been a couple of years, if we're being totally honest. A couple of years is maybe is too short of a thing, but it takes time, man. And I think he's done a fantastic job from when he first went in there. People will throw money and, but he spent this and he spent that. But that's the world that we living in now. I think, as I've said before, even if they weren't to get over the line this season, you don't need a hatchet job. You just keep it as it is because he's going in the right direction for me. And historically, what works, like bar Chelsea, you need continuity. You need continuity from top to bottom over a few years, decades even, in order for a club to be properly successful and leave a bit of a dynasty. Because, look at Chelsea now. Obviously, they were winning stuff when they were changing the managers left, right and centre, but now not so much. And, it takes time. And if you can see the sproutings of something, let it grow. Do you know what I mean? If you look across at Manchester United, there's no sproutings there, right? There's nothing there. You're not looking at them saying, yeah, I can see something. At least with Arteta, you can. So, and have been able to for a bit. It's just people were dead set against it. But maybe
Big up, Joe.
Arteta's been there over 4 years.
A couple of years for us. That's why I couldn't. It's not though, bro. It
is in today's
okay, how long's Pep been at Manchester City?
8 years.
8 years, okay. How long's Klopp been at Liverpool?
9, and he's the longest serving.
Well, there you go then. So 4 years is nothing when you compare it. I did correct myself with the couple thing. I did.
No, but, he's not a newbie manager.
Well, he is.
He's a newbie manager. Hold on.
He is.
No, Martin. I'm sorry, Martin. He is a new manager. I don't get what you're saying.
There's no excuse. What am I excusing? What am I excusing?
The point I mean is, Arteta is. because you listen to some Arsenal fans go, no, he's not. He's been here for 4 years.
Yeah.
Getting on 5.
Right.
Yeah. Spent a lot of money.
Yeah.
He should be doing what he's doing right now. And he's doing tremendous.
Yeah.
But I do think sometimes Arteta is given an out sometimes by some people. Not no saying you, Joe, but I think that is the narrative that does come out. That he is given a little bit of an out sometimes.
So Martin, what I would ask you, what do you think in the 4 years, what should he have done? What should he have done in order to be considered a success, considering where they were when he came in? What should he have done? Because he's going up against juggernauts in Liverpool and City. No, you're saying? What should he have done then for there to be a success? Because for me, he's put Arsenal in a position now where you can see over the next few seasons they will continuously be Premier League title challengers.
I agree. So what I'm saying is, say he doesn't win the title this year.
Yep.
When do the questions get answered? Or does it become? And this is my point. Or does it become? He's only been there 4 years. 4.5.
What? So in order for him to be a success, he has to win the Premier League. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, to be up there as one of the greats. That's what Klopp.
I didn't say that though. I said a success. No one said one of the greats.
For some Arsenal fans, some Arsenal fans I know, yeah, that's what they think.
They think
I don't think anyone's saying he's going to be one of the greats.
What?
Sorry.
They think what?
That to be a success, he has to win the league. And compete.
Yeah, of course. At the end of any cycle, if you're considering yourself a big team, you have to win the league or the Champions League. I don't buy this.
Like this year, though. This year, though.
Question.
This year,
though.
This year.
Do they have to win something, though? Do they have to win something? Do they have to win something? Because
well, I mean, what have they got left?
I mean,
I don't get
FA Cup and are they out the FA Cup?
Yeah, they're out of it.
So it's the Champions League then, isn't it? But when you're using, for example, Klopp as a barometer as to, he's been there for 9 years, longest serving. In that 4th year, he had already won something, and he came in. And
so is Arteta though. He's won an FA Cup, hasn't he?
No. I have a different completely.
Arteta's won an FA Cup.
Jerry, when Klopp came to you, he had a Champions League final, 2 Bundesliga titles to his name against the mighty Bayern Munich.
Yeah, no. He did.
What are we talking about?
No, but Mo, you're comparing. But what you're doing is disingenuous because you're comparing Klopp's individual career. Matching up against Arteta. I'm not doing that. I'm not for 1 second saying that.
But that's not disingenuous because I'm actually hold on, Jerry. I'm actually doing this. On purpose. I'm not doing it to be disingenuous.
But you can't. But then that's wrong of you to do that because what Martin's alluding to is the fact that as a manager, right? How long is and hypothetically, I'm not saying this is going to be the case with Arsenal, but how long do they give it with Arsenal just competing every year? Right, and not winning anything until they go and have a look at it and say, actually, you know what? We need to go and win. So when you're saying, and I'm alluding to the fact that when Klopp came in, Klopp said, "Give me 4 years, and we would have won something," which were his words in his first press conference. When I'm saying that about Arteta, I'm not saying that they need to win the league this year, but they need to win something this year. Otherwise, how long is this project? How long is this cycle?
But they won an FA Cup though.
No, hold on. Fuck the FA Cup.
No, but they did though.
No, but that was Emery.
I didn't mean that. Like that title itself, people say he took half the season, guys. This is not his title. Like he won the title, yes, but that's not the team he built. He wasn't brought to win that FA. That FA Cup belongs to the Aubameyang's. Yes, they won that.
Whoa. Don't do that. Let's not take away the FA Cup.
Taking things away.
I am not taking the FA Cup.
People keep saying that it's Arteta's. I mean, sorry, it's Emery's squad,
I'm not saying
so it's not
that
his.
shouldn't be counted in. Okay, like that.
Basically, whether I think what most trying to say, whether he won or lost it doesn't matter.
What I'm saying is that FA Cup is great. If Arteta took over in the beginning of the season, won the FA Cup at the end of the season, that he built the team. Arteta took over mid-season in an FA Cup and won the cup, right? It's fine. I'm not going to give that to his credit and say, as an excuse, yeah, you won the FA Cup. Like, he cannot live off that FA Cup for like next 2, 3, 4 years. Does that make sense?
Can I just put something then?
I didn't mean like, fuck the competition. I mean, like, you cannot live off that for 7 years.
No,
He
fair.
played how he had to play for us to win that
Yeah,
competition,
but
and he had
okay,
to.
so-
He had to.
Okay,
we had to
hold
play
on.
a
So
back
let me
five.
ask
It
you,
was
let me
horrible.
ask a simple question. If Arteta doesn't win the league title for 3 years, okay, let's just establish for everybody. Can he say, yeah, but I won an FA Cup? Is that acceptable?
No, he can't. No,
Okay,
no,
that's
not,
my
not
point.
at that point.
Okay.
No, but
Jerry,
people
though,
say he's
right?
won nothing,
Can I ask
it's
Jerry a
an
question, right? So,
Yeah.
Klopp leaves, right?
Mm.
Let's say you get your man Alonso. Obviously, affiliations with the football club. He comes in. He's got a distinct style of play, playing really well. I think I can gauge Liverpool fans. He's playing really well. He's in tune with the football club. Everything's going well, but you haven't quite got over the line. I know. I can probably say hand on heart that Liverpool fans, the majority won't be calling for his head. They'll be looking at it saying, no, right, okay, yeah, we're building. I know that's hypothetical and it is looking in the future and all that, but I just think if you were in this similar...
And they would give him time. I agree. I think they would give him time, Joe. But what I'm saying is, how, as fans, how long would you go and give him time? Especially if you're going to add to the fact that, you know, Klopp's got this team and took them to where they are, especially this season. If we go and win a couple more trophies, as fans, we're going to look at it and be like, you've already got the basis to go and win because Klopp's done it. So yeah, we might not expect you first, second season to go and win, to go for the quad every single season and win the league and by 20 points. And no one's expecting that. So we're going to go and give you time. We know he's a new manager and he's inexperienced, but we're not going to go and give him 5, 6, 7, 8 years on the back of the fact that, oh, you know what, we see where he's going. And that's what I'm trying to address. By the way, I'm not saying what Arteta hasn't done is fine. I've kept my mouth quiet.
Yeah.
I haven't said Arteta hasn't done a great job. I haven't said that they're not. I've just alluded to the fact they're playing fantastic football. They're blowing teams away. I actually like Arteta as a manager, to be fair. I actually like him. But what I'm saying is, how long do, and I don't know, because this is an Arsenal fan kind of discussion, how long do they give it until they say, we can't just, like, we're stagnant in terms of, yeah, we're competing, but we're not getting over the line, whether that's winning the Champions League, whether that's winning
that's
the
what I meant.
ultimately, that's what football is.
He's
It's
doing
not to
great.
say they're not going in the right direction, but when does that, when does it stagnate? When is it not enough? When is that next season? Is that
I'm
the
gonna
season
tell you.
after?
I'm gonna
Can I answer?
Can I
answer, Mo?
Okay, go ahead.
I'm an Arsenal
You
fan.
can, you
I know
can,
it's like
you can.
it's a bit trivial, but like going
You're
back
biased
to the original
because you're
point.
an Arsenal fan.
Yeah, but someone's got to actually give some facts around here. Not like it must be nice to be part of a fan base that isn't torn apart, because it's so easy to throw a hand grenade amongst Arsenal fans and then make them fight over absolutely nothing. But Arteta has spent money, but for the first 3 years he spent, or 2.5 years, he spent 80 million, and there was a pandemic going on. It's not the same as someone else getting a straight 4-year run. We couldn't buy players. We couldn't even sell some of our absolute rubbish. So the stuff which he has spent has been in the last season, like 18 months, 2 years. And everyone that he's bought has improved this team. And it's one of those intangible things which mean that you keep trusting a manager is how they're signing players. And that's why United fans have lost faith with Ten Hag, because he just keeps signing crap. And Chelsea spent $1 billion, and you can't just, throw a team together out of nowhere with random players. So he's doing it the right way. He's fixing the club behind the scenes. He's fixing things about Arsenal which have been problem for 20 years. Like, even during peak Wenger times, he was very focused on the attack. He never really cared about defense. He just thought, whatever, we'll score more goals and then we'll just keep the ball. But Arteta's made us play the most ridiculous football I've ever seen. Like, I've never seen. That was the weirdest game to watch yesterday. I didn't even know if I wanted us to score more goals or what. It was like, do we take pity on these guys? This is crazy. So I don't think that there's any metric at the moment which would make me think that we need to replace him. And even the discussion about it, I find almost offensive now. Like, it's like, how many times do we have to keep doing this to satisfy rivals that he should be there? It's like the board aren't going to sack him for years. They're very happy with what he's doing. And I think we're just going to get better. And people are going to have to accept that we're not in the mud anymore. They're not going to be able to drink Arsenal fan tears like they used to.
Okay, so to be honest with Arteta, and I said that 50,000 times before, when it was very obvious to me now I see it now, that the board, when they brought Arteta, they wanted him to build a winning team. When I mean a team like this, young, energetic, that can play the same football for about 3-4 years, and with chopping and changing small. Like, Jorginho is going to go, you get somebody else. If Zinchenko is going to go, you get one more. You know what I mean? I think that's what the board wanted, and it's happening now. Well, winning or not winning is something that has to be context. For example, if Arteta this year falls off for the next 10 games, and completely loses the league by 10 points, that's called regression. So he needs to go, no matter what the circumstances are, because you regress. But if he stays within touching distance and he loses it by 1 point or 2 points or something like this, I have to put context into it, right? You know what I mean? Like, if you get beat by Porto at home, questions have to be asked. If he beats Porto and then faces Real Madrid or faces Man City and loses, that's different, right? Man City brought Pep to win the Champions League. He reached the final, he reached this, he won the league. Context, you know what I mean? Like and then at the end he won the league. Arteta, how long do you keep him in the job? It all depends on the context and what the board wants. Because if you remove Arteta, who are you gonna get to replace him to play the same football? Pep or Jurgen Klopp? You might get, I don't know, Inzaghi you might get Xabi Alonso. These are the managers, Amorim or whatever. Are they guaranteed to win you the league against Pep Guardiola? I doubt it. Nobody here can sit here and tell me there is a manager of world football looking at Arsenal at the moment, look at them today, and tell me there is a manager that will give this Arsenal team a bigger chance to win the league against Pep this year. Give me one name. Because before, the argument was Simeone. The argument was Ancelotti. I doubt that Simeone or Ancelotti comes to this team at the current moment and will be better than this Arsenal with them. I doubt it. So why would you sack a manager that is getting the best out of the team at the current moment? There is
You
no
know,
point.
if you actually deep it, right? So let's say Arteta wins the Premier League this season. Dogs, pack it in. Klopp's won 1 Premier League and 1 FA Cup, so he's already matching him, isn't he?
Win the Champions League.
Yeah, wait. He's won one Champions League and runners up twice. But my point is, if Arteta wins the Premier League this season, he's matched Klopp. They've got 1 FA Cup and 1 Premier League each. Then what are we doing? And I'm not saying he's on his level, but I just think he's been hauled to an unfair yardstick, a really unfair yardstick. Because if he does do it this season, then wow, 4 years and he's got the same Premier League titles and FA Cups as Jurgen Klopp. Wow, that's quite an achievement, actually, when you think about it. And then if he got to a Champions League final, then who knows? This is my point. Yes, Klopp has been amazing. Klopp is amazing. I like Jurgen Klopp. But I think it's an unfair yardstick that we're gauging Arteta by, because the facts are, if he wins the Premier League this year, he's done it the same amount of times as Klopp.
Well, even getting in a title race is probably one of the hardest things to do in world football, like in the Premier League, and staying there. And any club besides Arsenal, Man City, or Liverpool would absolutely kill to be where we are right now. So I can't fault anything that he's doing. And I don't actually want to entertain like conversations about his performance, because I don't even think it's necessary.
Even if he falls off?
Even if he falls off, we can have that conversation.
Even if you get knocked out of Porto?
Between now and the end of the season, we're not sacking Arteta, right? Like
no, you're not. You're not sacking Arteta this season. That's a fact. I think so.
So can you full screen me for a second? I need to talk to some people that are like Arsenal fans or like semi-Arsenal fans.
Really?
Can you full screen me?
I can. Yeah.
No, come on.
Pipe bomb.
I think that it's a time now to like forget about being Arteta out until the end of the season. I know it's been fun and it's good for engagement and things like that, but there's absolutely nothing to be gained by being against a manager at this point. And the difference between winning and not winning is probably going to be the belief of the fans. So, yeah, that's it. Just let's go for it, and we can talk about Arteta out at the end of the season.
All right. Okay, listen, I want to move on the conversation because we've been 30 minutes talking about Arteta, about Liverpool and Xabi Alonso and all the stuff, and what are they going to do after Klopp? I don't want to talk about Xabi Alonso itself. I want to talk about, I'm going to ask Martin, actually, Martin Man City. Jurgen Klopp is leaving at the end of the season. How do you see Liverpool continuing the same trajectory, challenging, building the team, or you see them falling off? Because there was a lot of talk about Liverpool will not be Liverpool without Jurgen Klopp. How do you see this, especially with the news yesterday? And I know Jerry streamed this morning, guys. If you haven't checked Jerry James' show this morning, it's in the description. It's simple, one click away, of course. Like the rest of the guys here, It is very simple. But do you see Liverpool falling off after Jurgen Klopp? And actually,
No.
before you actually answer, can I do something? I wanna do the super chats just because they are related to Arsenal. So I don't want to cut you off when you talk. Nilo Palace said Mo claiming to be neutral and drooling over Pep is hilarious. I actually respect his work. I don't like Pep because I think he ruined football for neutrals, but I respect his work as
What's
one of
not
the
to
best managers.
drool over? Like, of course you got. Why you're not going to come out here and say Pep's shit, is he? Like, what do you want him
Yeah,
to do?
exactly. They want me to
Sorry.
say Pep is a bad manager,
Yeah, exactly. It's mad.
even though I said
Greatest
that.
manager ever. Get over
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Simple fact.
Yeah.
AMD saying Arteta has improved the team in terms of points year over year since he arrived. Still a young squad. We have levels to go. I agree. I think I'm looking at Arsenal now and I'm not seeing it. This Arsenal team will win against Arsenal of last season. The one that has played the last 7 games. So I get what
We're
you're saying,
fluid, Mo.
AMD.
We're fluid.
Yeah.
King Bugs is saying Pep started managing in 2008, Klopp in 2001. Let's not act like Arteta has the same experience in for his job 4 years, but rivals say he must dethrone Pep and Klopp. Yeah, that's what we're talking about, to be honest. Guys, about 500 of you here and we aren't even on 200 likes. I don't know what you guys are doing. So like the video, people. Hit that like button. Let's at least get to 250 likes. The like button is underneath the live chat. Get involved. Have your say your opinion. Thanks for everybody sending the super chat, supporting the channel, of course. And like the video, people, share it on your socials if you want. Appreciate everyone in this community. Martin, we're talking about Klopp and Liverpool falling off or something.
So I was getting me around that super chat. Pep 2008, Klopp 2001.
Yeah.
Because I was talking about Lamassia. Anyway, Liverpool, no, I think fans hope they fall off. I think there's just hope they fall off completely. I still think they'll end up with Alonso, and I think Alonso will change them. Will take them on to the next level because I think he's a very good manager. I think it'll take time. Will they come in and play? I don't think they're ever going to get 90 points under the new manager. I do think it's going to take a year or two, but I do think Liverpool will still be there or thereabouts, 100%. I don't buy into this. Klopp's a great manager, but it depends. What you're asking, are they going to fall out the title race, or are they going to fall out the top 4? Or are they just going to get
not the top 4? I'm talking about title races.
Are we talking Roy Hodgson era? What sort of era do you want to go down with?
Do we think that Liverpool are going to pay the 25 million release clause for Alonso? That I'm hearing.
They'll have to pay that for nearly any manager.
Do we think he should go to Liverpool anyway?
Any manager. Directors of football have got £20 million release clauses now. That's just the way football is now.
Jerry, do you think he's actually better to go to Liverpool than Bayern Munich as a Liverpool fan?
Right.
I understand the romantic side of it. From a footballing standpoint, he's doing well, but there are still other candidates. So I'm not, it has to be Alonso or bust. I'm not in that camp at all. I think for Alonso, for Liverpool fans, I get it. It's that whole idea of, oh my God, Alonso comes back to Liverpool. He understands the club. He was a great player. For Liverpool, he's doing fantastically well at Bayer Leverkusen. Is he the only candidate for me? Is it? No. He's a standout because of the Liverpool connections. But I always throw it out at people. If he was hypothetically to go and lose the next 5 games in a row, what would the narrative be surrounding Xabi Alonso? Would all fans still want him because of, they believe he's the guy, even if that happened? I'm not too sure. So yeah, put it this way. I think any manager that comes in, to address your question though, it's going to be one heck of a job because, and I go back to my point that I just said earlier, if Liverpool go and win anything monumentous this season, the next manager that comes in isn't going to be afforded the grace of having any major drop-off, whether that's, all right, we're a top 4 team for a season so he can establish himself, just as Pep Guardiola did in that first season for them to go and kick on. Would that be acceptable? I don't know. I wouldn't know what to tell you. There's more to lose than there is to win because Liverpool have achieved the pinnacle of football. I mean, we've won everything there is to
You
win.
haven't. You didn't win a treble, so you haven't.
We didn't win the treble. No, but we've won everything there is to. We've won everything there is to win in
You
football.
just haven't. You
No,
did.
but we have. We've won everything
A
there is
lot-
to
a
win
lot
in
of teams
football
won,
under
though.
a manager. No, but I mean, not a lot of teams. Like, not a lot of teams win a treble. That's true. but
Most
not a lot of
teams
win everything.
teams won a treble. That's why he's saying this, man.
Yeah, most teams. There you go. But yeah, it's.
I'm joking.
and-
He won everything. He won
Yeah,
everything at
but-
Liverpool.
He won
But-
everything, but
I
he
don't
didn't
think
win
he-
them all.
I don't think he won enough,
multiple
though.
times.
I don't think
Yeah,
he won
No,
enough.
that's I actually agree with that. But the next manager that comes in, that's he has to. You can't achieve more than that. The only thing you can do is be more consistent. And again, are you going to go and win more? So you compare Bill Shankly to Bob Paisley. People speak about Alonso being the Bob Paisley 2.0. Are you going to be able to go and do that in this era with Pep Guardiola and the team, with how well Arsenal are doing? Is a new manager going to be able to go and compete with that? I don't know. And I guess that's the exciting bit for Liverpool fans. But I don't think Alonso comes in and is going to be necessarily the best manager in the world, or as Martin said, go for 90 points. I think if he was able to go and do that, that would really, really shock me. But I think no matter who Liverpool go and get, I think they'll make the right appointment, and I think we'll be there or thereabouts. Whether it's
the biggest-
Alonso or not, I'm not too sure.
The biggest asset will be that the team, and the squad, the players, it's all like a great setup for someone to come into. But I guess your question marks is over Salah and Van Dijk and these guys, which are where your cornerstones have to be replaced, and then the direction of signings and what style of football you'll play. There's a lot of question marks there. And going through projects, you don't want to fall off like Chelsea does, for example, or you may not ever get back up to the top. So it's going to be interesting.
I think
Martin, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I think history tells us it won't go well. For me, Klopp's had a similar impact to what Fergie had at Manchester United, to what Wenger had at Arsenal. And history has shown us with both them football clubs that there's a transition period. It'll be the same for City. The only thing with City is I don't think it'll last as long because they'll spend. I don't know what Liverpool's spending power will be like in order to keep them up there, if that makes sense. So I just think there will be a transition period, but they've got to get the right man, and all the opposing fans will be baying for blood as soon as he starts losing games. Liverpool have fallen off, yada yada yada. But I do think there will be a transitional period because history tells us that when you have such a big presence that changes a football club from top to bottom, how do you replace that? You cannot. It is difficult to do.
I want to ask Martin a question. Do you think this will be remembered as the Pep Klopp era, Martin? I'm serious. Like, why? It's not.
Because if I give you the true answer,
this is a
I'm
very
getting
important.
cooked. If I give you the true answer, I'm getting cooked.
Okay, Martin. I can ask Joe. Joe is a neutral in here.
Yeah, go with that.
I
If
can
I
ask
give
Joe,
you the honest
Joe,
answer, I get
Do you
cooked.
think this will be remembered as the Pep Klopp era?
No, I mean, it's like the Pep era, isn't it, really? Because Klopp's only won one Premier League.
So Klopp
And
is
only
only going to be
finished in the
remembered
top
for
two,
Liverpool
3
fans.
times.
That's what you're saying.
No, definitely not.
I think it'll be the
But
Pep
I don't
Klopp
think
era
we'll go
because-
the Pep Klopp era, will we? I don't know.
No.
I think so.
Shouldn't be.
Klopp was doing amazing things. Like, even though they didn't win, they what was that whole season? They lost once or something like that, and pretty much won every other game.
Last one season.
Without Klopp, it would have been much more boring. That's for sure. It would
The
have been-
point on that, you're
That's
right.
okay.
This one season. Listen, I'm going to screw it. I'll get killed. I don't care. Liverpool have
Say
finished.
what
in the
you
top.
think. Say what you think.
Liverpool have finished in the top 2 3 times in the 9 years he's been here.
That's it? They won
Yeah.
once?
Don't check it.
Oh, okay. So you don't think Klopp
No,
has
it's
done
not
a
a
good
Klopp.
job?
It's not a. Listen, Klopp has been the closest challenger to Pep,
Yeah.
1000%. But when you look at where they finished second and no.
Who won the
Honestly,
90s?
check it out.
Like, who won the 90s? Like, what would
Yeah,
you say? Yeah, but then, I don't know.
It's a weird because the thing is, Klopp is the manager who has pushed Pep the hardest
Yeah.
for 2 years. But the trouble is, Klopp can't do it on a consistent basis, season after season after season. He needs that season to generally refresh, drops to about fourth or fifth, refreshes everything, refreshes himself, and then comes back.
I don't think City would have been anywhere near as good without Klopp there, like making sure that you didn't slack off for a single second. And it set the level so high that you were Centurions and things. I don't know. Yeah, I think that we'll be remembered as Pep and Klopp because Klopp has brought fantastic things to the Premier League, whether or not he has the titles and cups to like go with it. I think, he's been an integral part of keeping it interesting.
I actually think that the difference is Jurgen Klopp came to a team that is completely different. It took him years to take the team to challenge in 2018. I think it took him years. When he came in 2015, I think that's completely different than Pep Guardiola. He came to a team, might not be ready, but he had the financial backing. We remember the goalkeeper situation when he signed Claudio Bravo, and then the year after he signed Edison. And he had the team.
Forget all the fullbacks as well, man. He
had a lot of. It's not. He had money to spend, enough money to spend, and also he had structure. I think Liverpool were garbage. Yes, apart from the year that they challenged under Brendan Rodgers when they lost it with the Gerrard slip, Jurgen Klopp came with Ricky Lambert, Danny Ings in the squad. People just keep forgetting this. He had terrible players there. Wasn't Mario Balotelli still on the
Who bought Ricky Lambert?
Wasn't Mario Balotelli still at Brendan Rodgers, if I'm not mistaken?
He did. Yeah, you're right.
Bro, that squad was bad. Remember Moreno?
And he had to sell Coutinho, right?
He had to sell Coutinho later, but he got Van Dijk for his money. I'm not saying Klopp is better than Pep. If you ask me tomorrow who you're taking for your club, I'm taking Pep Guardiola, bro. I'm just taking Pep. However, Klopp, I think, did a very, very good job. I think he's one of the unluckiest managers. To finish 1 point behind City twice, one league title of them would have changed the course of the history. I believe so. Just
maybe
1 point.
If he wins this one, it becomes the Pep and Klopp
Think
era.
about it. If he wins this one, I believe this will be remembered as the Pep versus Klopp era. Because
when did Klopp come in?
2015.
2000, was it 14, 15?
14,
Yes,
15, yeah.
14,
Right,
15.
so he finished 6th, 15, 16, 8th, 16, 17, 4th, 17, 18, 4th, 18, 19, 2nd, 19, 20 won it, 3rd year after, 2nd, and then 5th.
Until 18-19, just to have context here, until 18-19, he had Loris Karius and Mignolet as goalkeepers. Until he got, I think...
You don't call it a Pep Klopp era then? Now you're putting caveats in.
No, but because Jurgen Klopp came before Pep for years. Jurgen Klopp came before Pep for years. First year, I would consider Pep's first year is after the Conte year. The 18, I think... Pep Guardiola came 16-17, then 17-18. That's when he won the league, 17-18. It's totally different clubs, but I believe him challenging Pep twice when it losing by 1 point, I believe this will be remembered by the Pep era. This will be Pep dominant, unless Jurgen Klopp wins it this year. And it's going to be even worse if Arteta wins it, as Joe said. It's going to be worse for Jurgen Klopp. If Arteta wins it this year, it's going to be way worse for Jurgen Klopp, in my opinion.
I think as well, what we need to put some credence on as well is what, I know this might sound cheesy or whatever, but how much of a connection that Klopp's engineered with the fan base as well. He gets Liverpool, they get him, and sometimes as a fan, you get swept up by that. So they love that man, and when he leaves, there'll be tears shed and all that. And sometimes that's bigger than football. Sometimes that's bigger than football, because you go to football to be entertained, to take a moment out from your daily grind and all that sort of stuff, and Klopp gives them that. So I think, there's that to be added that as well. Like, he's just a great in their eyes, whatever happens this season. If he don't win the league or whatever, and Arteta wins it, like, he'll just go down in their history, won't he? Like, as just a great
for Liverpool. So I was listening, Joe, to the Guardian when he announced he's leaving, and the correspondent was saying stuff about they meet Klopp every day. The correspondent lives like near the club for every press conference, for everything, and he was saying that without this guy, Liverpool would not have been the Liverpool of now.
No.
He is very involved in everything, in hiring who's to cook, to clean, who does this, who does that. I think the difference is Pep Guardiola has a structure behind him. And that's nothing against him. It's just how the Emiratis are. They came to Man City knowing, listen, we're going to build this club that it looks like this. Pep Guardiola he's a big part of the machine, but he has a lot of backing behind him, not money-wise. Klopp, I thought, had to do it on his own.
Hang on, whoa. Pep has well more say than what you just said there, Mo. I know 100% he does. 100% he does.
I know he does.
Pep does choose chefs.
Telling me
Pep hires chefs. Pep hires all that, Mo. Don't think that's
you don't think that
FSG,
so you want to sit here, Martin, and tell me that FSG are comparable to the
no,
I'm not. Is that what you want to say?
Question midstream. You just, well, as you said, Pep, that Klopp basically runs Liverpool very similar to Ferguson.
Yes, I believe
Pep.
so.
Pep
I don't think so.
Well, I know he does. So,
but I'm listening.
I know he does.
But I listen to both. I listen to Sheikh Mansour. I listen to Sheikh Mansour, and I know what Sheikh Mansour is talking, how Sheikh Mansour is talking, and how Jurgen Klopp, like, you can tell that there is a difference between how Man City are run and how Liverpool are run. Completely different. And that's nothing against Pep. Like, it's just how the clubs are run.
I agree with what you said about Klopp. I'm just saying, Pep.
I believe Pep changed the culture, Martin. I believe Pep changed the culture. Pep changed how the youth system has been coached. Pep changed how the youth system being coached in America and in Malaysia, in the academies. But I'm talking about how the club, about buying. All I have to tell you is that how Man City group go and buy another club, create an academy. That's not Pep Guardiola who's making a decision that Man City group will go start an academy in America or in Argentina. That's not Pep Guardiola. That's
Pep's
Manchester
brother's in charge
City.
at Girona,
Huh?
or something, or an owner. Pep's brother's in charge at Girona, or Pep's involved. Pep's involved in everything, but he doesn't have a dog called Win, so I don't know. He's not really.
But anyway, long story short, I think it's gonna be very tough for.
Mine hit the nail on the head up there about the Girona thing.
I guess it's gonna be.
You need to know, Mo.
It's gonna be very
Pep is
hard.
literally ingrained within that football club.
So let me ask you something. Do you think if Pep leaves, Man City will fall off then?
Yes, 1,000%.
Wow.
1,000%.
Do you think he'll leave though? I feel like he's
Not
too
for about-
addicted to
Not
the
for
Premier
about,
League.
I think he'll do 10 years. I think he'll do another 2-3 years. But we'll fall off massively. Some fans will get humbling and come back down to reality and realise what we've been doing is not super. He's not normal. And also there will be it'll take a while to get used to it.
Who are you taking to replace Pep? Oh, sorry.
Pardon?
Who are you taking to replace Pep when he goes out of the current crop?
I don't think he needs to answer that. He's
The
not
only guy.
I'm interested to know, like-
I think.
Hey, I have to answer it, so he has to answer
You
it.
never have to answer it. You never have to answer it.
I got in trouble when I
He was
asked
gonna
that
answer it.
question.
Go ahead.
You might want to go at me when I asked this stuff for you, Bob. Who would I
I'm
want?
consistent.
I know the club are watching Ange from a distance.
Ange, okay.
You want
He
Ange
has been-
Postecoglou?
He
Wow.
has been part of the
All
CFG.
right.
Well, he was manager at Yokohama. We watched him at Celtic. They're watching 2 or 3, but perhaps we'll sign a replacement, an extension.
Right.
Perhaps not going nowhere for 2 or 3 years.
Pep's buzzing, man, because Klopp's doing one. He's thinking, "Oh, I'll get a few more Premier Leagues out of this. Don't worry, man."
Oh, did you see what happened? Did you guys see what happened? The Friday, Pep Guardiola, Klopp announced he's leaving. Man City played that Friday, I think, in the cup or something. And after the win, he said, "And why not stay more and win more?" He's like, put the dagger in Liverpool's horse. You know what I mean? He's like, you guys say your coach is leaving, I'm staying more. Listen, I wanted to go to Phil Foden, and I wanted to have this discussion with Martin, both Martins, because I had this discussion yesterday with Arsenal guys, and I had the discussion the other day with Man City people. Pep said that Phil Foden is similar to Messi. He wins games. This is his words, not mine. Okay? And I've seen yesterday, and we spoke about this yesterday, for the people that didn't watch the show yesterday, that Phil Foden should be in the conversation for best player in the league and in the world. Joe, do you think that is something that we should be talking about?
What? Phil Foden, the best player in the world?
In the league, yes. A lot of people said if Man City win, should Phil Foden be in the conversation for the best player in the world?
No, I wouldn't have thought so. No. No.
Why not?
Yeah, no.
Why not? Why not? Thank you. Thank you for the content, Joe.
Yeah. No, I just don't think he's the best.
Thank you for the content.
In a moment in time, let's be honest, I think we're... Up until recently, we've all still been waiting for Phil to break out of the mold and be the guy. So I think it's so early to be saying he's the best player in the world, because is
he the best player in the league for you, at least?
What, right now? No.
1,000%.
No, Salah's the best player in the league. Yeah, Salah's better than...
Been out for 2 months.
Yeah, no, but then you're talking about a moment in time, though, aren't you, Martin? I'm talking like if he's the best player in the league, then he's not.
Now.
Right, so no, you're saying right now, though, because by that logic, you're saying he's better than Kevin. Right, is he better than Kevin De Bruyne now?
Right now, yes.
Okay.
I don't know
this
what
is recency bias.
No, there isn't, because Phil Foden's been doing it. Who was the man of the match who scored our opening goal in our first home game?
Oh, no, I'm not saying... Yeah, he's having a great season. Fair, I hear you.
But that's what we're talking about this season, aren't we? Oh, we're talking about overall.
No, he said he's the best player in the world, and I don't think he is. No, not by any
he's
stretch
not the
of the
best player in the
imagination.
world. I think he's the best player in the league this season, yes.
No, he's not. He's not better than Salah. I know he's been out for 2 months, but
he's been doing it from game week number 1 for them.
And imagine he does it from game week number 1, and you don't win the league. Ooh.
Yeah, that'll just make you all happy, won't it?
No, because that'll just mean that his impact's not as great. He's definitely not the best player in the world.
They're all dying to come out with the 115 bullshit.
No, I'm not asked about that, Martin. Listen, I have no thing that
fans don't go on streams.
No, I'm not saying that, man. I haven't said that. But let's see, isn't it? Let's see. Do you think he's the best player in the world?
Soon.
Nah.
Can I let me do this super chat and then let me do the super chat and I'm gonna tell you what I think, okay? Nilot Pal is saying Pep is a checkbook manager, end of. Is anybody here believe that for real?
No, definitely not.
No. He's not used to hardship, but he's not a checkbook manager.
No. All the other managers copy off Pep.
Do you believe he can achieve the same without the money he's been given?
Yeah.
I would hope so. I think that would be fun to see. He needs to go to Wrexham or something.
People in the chat, can you guys let me know? Yes or no? Do you think Pep is a checkbook manager? Oh,
if we're realists, like in terms of his, like, look at what Bielsa did with this Leeds side. Do I think Pep could do something like that? Yeah, of course. And he didn't spend no money, so yeah, no. Yeah.
Guys in the chat, thank you so much, Price, for the super chat. I don't think Leverkusen will win the league. They are 10 points ahead of Bayern Munich. They will win the league. And the players start feeling the pressure. Apparently, Leverkusen players keep asking Xhaka, what is it feeling like of bottling the league? No, they don't. No, they don't. I think you're a Liverpool fan and you just hope so. No, they don't. But Prize, I appreciate the super chat. I don't think they're gonna lose the league. They're 10 points behind. Bayern Munich are atrocious. They're terrible.
Yeah, and Leverkusen are defeated in all competitions, which
So
even
yeah.
the Invincibles at Arsenal didn't do that. We were out of other comps. So
Yeah,
I think that what they're doing is crazy, absolutely crazy.
Yeah. Tony saying there is unrealistic expectations on manager or around the league. It's because of Pep, and now because of Pep. Absolutely. Pep's dominance is next level. It's not normal for someone to lose the league with 97 points. Come on, you goodness. I agree. Pep changed the measuring stick for a successful manager in the league. He did change that in the league because he dominates leagues, right? So it's completely... I know what people think that, oh my God, so as Alex Ferguson, so as Allegri in Italy. It happens everywhere, people. I promise you, it happens everywhere. Pep with Barcelona, the same. It happens everywhere. But yeah, Tony, he changed it. But again, one league title, if your opposition is winning 5, isn't enough, Tony. It's just obvious. Palace saying Klopp won without cheating and 115 charges. Yes, Nilopal, he won without them. Yes, he did win without them.
Boring. It's so boring now.
I think it's the case is going to be
Boring,
open.
and I can't wait in about 3 months when the whole world is proven wrong.
I just want it to be over, man. I'm tired.
Can't wait.
Tired.
Humble pie is
Tired.
gonna be.
I want more.
Money
I want to talk
talks.
about it. I want to talk
Money
about it.
Finish
brown
the case.
envelopes. Brown envelopes. All them
finish
are
the
coming
case.
out.
How
Talk
long does it
about
take?
it. Come on. I want to see
Dirty
Pep
cash,
coach a
boy.
national team after City. Why? Why? Because you don't want him to coach a club because he's gonna dominate. I actually think Pep is gonna stay at City for about 3, 4, 5 years. There is no club in the world financially equipped to hire Pep that he hasn't already been there.
PSG.
He's
He
not
won't
gonna go
go
to the
there.
French league.
He won't go there now.
The only league
That's now called.
he was
the
gonna
McDonald's
go.
League.
Okay, he was gonna go to Juventus. Actually, that was the next step for him. He was gonna go to Juventus. They'd already spoken with him before he renews, but then happened the scandal of Juventus cooking the books and Nedved
What if he
being.
went to Newcastle?
He's not.
They've
I
got
don't think
money.
he's gonna
He-
go to the Premier
No.
League. Another.
He'll
Premier
take a long break and then he might come
Yes.
back. Yeah.
IA saying people need to stop this Phil Foden hype. He's not returned. He hasn't returned in 13 of the 27 games played this season. He played. I don't know what you mean by return.
So he's not got a goal and an assist in 13 of the 27 games he's played.
That's a lot of games.
That's a lot.
Is it?
How many has Saka returned in? Just out of interest.
Martin,
All
I
of
just
them.
want to let you know, you're saying Foden is the best player in the league at the current moment because of his influence in the games recently.
Yeah.
But in the beginning
No,
of the
not
season,
recently. All season, he's doing his best scoring and assisting records. I think he's got the exact same as Salah, by the way. One's a striker, one's not.
Is Salah a striker?
sorry, hold on. Sorry, I'm sorry. Hold on. What are you talking about, Martin?
In all
Phil
comps,
Phil Foden. Yeah. Phil Foden. Yeah.
All right, okay, no.
I don't, by the way, Martin, I don't do it for Saka. When people tell me Saka all comes,
Right, well, let me.
I never
I'll
do
end
all
the Saka
comps.
debate. I'm going to end the
Can I-
Saka debate. Saka's a right winger, Foden's not.
Foden started right winger more
He's not
than a
a
central
right
midfielder.
Mo, ask any City fan.
I don't
Joe,
need to ask
you
this
go on
if I ask
LB.
my eyes.
LB will tell you he's a centre mid. He's not
Okay,
a winger.
your coach is starting him right side more. Okay, Martin, I don't want to argue this. It's not the point. Oli Watkins is a striker. You guys know that Oli Watkins has the highest GA in the league.
Big up,
Right?
Ollie.
Yeah, he's smashed.
Oli Watkins has the highest GA in the league. Mo Salah is the second. Erling Haaland is 1 goal behind him. Both have been away for a bit. My point is, Phil Foden needs to do it until the end of the season and win Man City the league. Otherwise, if Arsenal win it, it's gonna be Declan Rice. If Liverpool win it, it's gonna be Virgil van Dijk.
Can
We
I?
know that.
I've just got I've got FB ref up here, right? And Saka's played 1 less game than Phil Foden, and he has 21 GNA, and Phil Foden has 18. Son, Saka, Haaland, Salah, and Watkins all have more GNA than Phil Foden.
Haaland's been
Jared,
absolutely
Jared Bowen has one less. As does Nunes, Cole Palmer, Solanke. So what we're saying, like Solanke's close to being the best Premier League player.
Honestly, has not been sold yesterday. This is why stats are absolutely so misleading.
No, but I'm just but
Martin, you literally just chose stats as your first metric a minute
I said
ago.
yesterday, and as you go back to the chart, I said Haaland's been crap this season. He's the least. He's been
crap, Martin. He
has, Mo. He's not had a good season at all. But he's the top goal scorer. So while everyone's sat there, going off sofa score, because sofa scores ruined football.
Do you know what that proves, Martin?
Can I just say as well? Sorry, just let me put this guy in the bin who's in the chat. Who
can you not address three-seaters?
1 second. Derek GX says games is a poor metric, Joe. Use minutes, Joe. Okay. Well, Phil Foden has played more minutes than every single player that I just mentioned as well. So there you go.
Mo, you're responsible for this because you had this Will 365 guy on that said stats is facts. And
I am.
Oh, this is Will. This is Will. Don't talk to me about Will.
I'm responsible for three things. Okay, this season. Inter versus Arsenal beef. Inter versus Arsenal beef.
What you running out?
Right? Yeah. Phil Foden have to hold a place for himself, right? And the stats thing. But let me just tell you thing about Foden. Foden is great. I like the debate between him and Saka. The reason why I like it, because yesterday I saw Leas do a video and say, we cannot compare both. We actually can. And I will. And I know the chat loves it. I know the chat loves it.
This narrative's come out of Arsenal fans. I don't know where it's come out
Actually, that's not true. By the way, Martin, that's not true. I'm going to tell you why.
Name me a City fan who does that. And don't say Hamza. Do not throw me Hamza. That's BS. And I love Hamza to bits. But do not put Hamza with the rest of me. And
Hamza, who traveled all the way to Turkey to mock fans in Istanbul. You know that, Martin. He went all the way to Turkey to go around with a video camera.
Listen, I love Hamza to bits. But this is a lot of the problem. Everyone, I said this to Sam yesterday, you treat every City fan as you treat Hamza.
No, I swear
That's what everyone does.
I have LB, Martin. The City fans that come here is like LB, yourself, Nobins, Hamza, Vator, Patrick. A lot of people love it, and I love the comparison. As much as I love the comparison between Ronaldo and Messi. I love the comparison between.
City fans don't talk about
why. I like it. Why don't
you
want to talk about it? Why? Do
you know what it is with City fans? Because and this has been labelled at City fans a lot. We don't, and I've always said we don't big our plays up enough sometimes. Because a lot of it, and I was joking with Joe earlier, but a lot of it is City fans are trying to. People go, there's no City fans online. There's no City fans in all these spaces because we just keep our head lows. Because if we come anywhere, we have any debates, 115, cheat, checkbook manager, fake club since 2008. We get it from.
Well, who's doing the talking? Because when Foden scores, Saka's trending with 50,000.
Do you know that Saka was trending before he played? Literally, Martin. Saka was trending when Foden.
Who's doing this?
Saka's a great player.
Yes.
I don't get this.
But who's better? Who is better? Okay, who's better? Who is better?
Don't do this, Mo. We don't need to do this.
We have to.
We don't need to. No, we don't.
Why not?
They're very good. Saka's the benchmark. Foden's doing
Look at the smile on Mo's face.
I don't get it. I love that. You guys, when we were young in Egypt, in Saudi Arabia, even when we started watching Premier League, we used to compare Scholes and Lampard and Gerrard. All of us did, right? We used
not every 5 minutes.
But the thing about it now, because both of them are the face of their clubs. Saka is the face of Arsenal. Foden is the face. And now the Euros is coming. Who do you think?
Do you think Foden's the face of City? Do you think Foden's actually the face of City?
Ask Martin, he will tell you now.
He's not, man.
Surely Foden's the face of City.
He's not.
I won't speak then.
No, okay, sorry, I didn't mean it like that. But like, if all of us said who's the face of each club, like you're going Salah Liverpool, you're going Saka Arsenal, no one is picking Foden City.
Yeah, you've got obviously De Bruyne or Haaland in there.
Yeah, De Bruyne, KDB, man.
Phil Foden is looked at very different because we call him one of our own.
I agree with that.
He's out of our academy. He's Manchester born and bred. He's a City fan, been a City fan since he was a baby. Ball boy, the lot. Manc born and bred blue. So we do treat him very different. We treat him like he's one of our children because he's just one of us. We know one day Haaland's going to leave. We love Haaland. We know he's going to leave, probably. We know KDB is coming to the end. But the trouble is, David Silva left, Aguero left, Company left, Yaya left, Zaba left. All the greats of the club went. But Phil Foden he is a bit special, and there's a lot more posters, there's a lot more kit launches, all now starting to have Phil Foden in all of them.
Look at this.
So that he is starting to come a little bit.
Look at this. This is how Sam say all the time. Sam always says that. Sam always says Foden used to be compared to Mbappe, now he's compared to Saka. Let that sink in.
The thing is,
Saka's
Phil
got close to
Foden,
Mbappe.
when he was in the EDS, our elite development system, he wanted to play, he played in midfield. That was his role. Pep brought him in, couldn't get him into midfield because every time he's been at City in that first team, he's had David Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, etc. all in front of him. But as soon as Pep sort of moved him into that 10 role, he's absolutely shone like a beacon light. He's ran games on his own. On his own. Brentford away, ran the show. And he's been pulling them games in from the first game at Newcastle at home. He really has matured. Again, the problem is because the turnover of players, like the summertime, we're looking at doing Paqueta now. So where does Paqueta go? If then Foden comes in and you just don't know what it's a problem all the time because you're having to keep the squad refreshed, but we're going to bring in good players. It's such a difficult one. Nobody can play in their natural position at Sarah. That's the problem.
Can I ask you guys something? Do you guys think if Kevin De Bruyne leaves, can Foden be the main guy?
That's what they want. That's what we've all fought for years.
I'm asking you.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't. Well, it still remains. He's been amazing this season, but it still remains to be seen if he is that guy. You know what I mean? That guy.
Can he be the Vinny Jr. of Man City, for example? The go-to guy for Man City?
I think that's a bit he's still very young in there.
No, Vinny Jr. is younger than him, if I'm not mistaken.
No, but there's your answer then. Do you know what I mean? Like he's still very young though, my point.
I think it depends on how this season goes. I think if City win the league and he's playing at this same level and is having that same impact, then I think definitely he can be that guy because I think he's in contention to win player of the season. I think that's how good he's been.
Junior is older than him.
Okay.
Yeah. But with Foden, that's how impressive he's been. So for me, you only become that guy by being that guy.
He's younger
by becoming that guy. So what?
He's young, 1 month.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
So I'm saying if Foden goes and his performances this season lead him to going and helping City to the 4-peat now, and he's the main guy as to why they did it, then yeah, I think he can be that guy. We've questioned, me and Mo, we've had this discussion before about why, in terms of talent, Foden's got it. He's just not being given the license for that to be his team. It seems like it's time now, so we'll have to just wait and see, man.
I have a small problem with Foden as a football player.
You don't say.
Small.
I love Foden. I think Foden is very talented, and I think Foden is a fantastic player. But I'm going to tell you the difference. I'm going to tell you the difference between. Imagine if Pep is not there. What you need from your midfielder is at least to have some defensive attributes as a midfielder. Because that 10 position doesn't exist in football anymore. The position of a player that doesn't defend at all. Tell me one player in the world that plays in the midfield, in the center, out of a 3 or a 4 that doesn't defend at all. I can't remember. I can't name a player. Right? You can only do that when a player plays out wide. They can drift inside and play behind. And I think this is one of the reasons that it will work with Pep Guardiola in Manchester City. Because I think Foden is 100% an offensive player. I don't think he has any defensive attributes whatsoever. I've never seen Foden defend or asked to defend. Martin, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Foden is just offensive. Everything we talk about Foden, we never speak about him tracking back or covering spaces or doing that defensively. Kevin De Bruyne, by the way, used to do that. Kevin De Bruyne isn't only offensive. Kevin De Bruyne can cover. Kevin De Bruyne used to play deeper in the midfield, sometimes when Gundogan wasn't there. He is not only that. I think in his game, Foden, he needs to develop that part of the game. I'm talking football now. No
He
banter,
track back a lot. Tracks back a lot.
Chat what? Sorry?
He tracks back a lot.
He does track back, Foden? I don't think he tackles or defends or does like this at all. Maybe because you always have the ball.
I tell you, said that's great. So
maybe because you have the ball. Maybe because you have the ball all the time.
Has he finished growing, or is he gonna get any bigger?
He's
Because I
23
think
years
that's his
old.
main problem.
23. Yeah, I think it's over.
see, the problem is, Mo, I said this to you a few streams ago. No City player really plays in their natural position. Look at Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva plays left, right, 8-6, left back, anywhere you want to go. Kevin De Bruyne can play 10-8. He's played. Kevin De Bruyne again gets a free roll. Alvarez, striker, 10-8, left wing, right wing, anywhere you want to. This is the thing with Pep. This is why, in a way, and I'm starting to talk about this is why Calvin Phillips didn't work as well. Because Calvin Phillips had one role, CDM. At City, you needed to be a bit more open on the versatility spectrum. And it's not Calvin's fault. It was the scouting and whoever bought him. And Joe, I think Calvin Phillips is a tremendous player. I just think it was the wrong club at the wrong time. But like Rodri can play 8. Not just a 6. He can play 8. This season, he's been going further forward and going to the edge of the box and scoring crucial goals. 2 assists on Sunday. This is the thing. It's very hard to compare players with other players at City because we don't play one position. They're all over the shop. It's a weird one.
Yeah,
that's a good point. Someone's made a good point in the chat there, saying Foden lost his England spot for Saka. And I'm not. I know Gareth Southgate's no barometer and all that sort of stuff, but it'd be interesting to see what happens actually in the summer.
He'll never play for England because of the way Southgate sets up, because he'll never get rid of that double pivot. I mean, the double pivot, you can't fit Foden in.
Yeah, fair.
Because then it's Bellingham or Foden.
Yeah.
So who's going to play double pivot? No, I think it's going to be Rice, Bellingham, and I don't know who's going to play in the middle. Henderson. He still loves Henderson.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, but that's the point. That's the problem. That's
the point I just made.
So it's going to be Foden on the left. It's going to be Saka on the right and Harry Kane up top. We know that. Foden has to play. Listen, let me do this super chat before we end. Herman Sadiq is saying, funny how out of form, poor Saka has more goals and assists than world-class, best in the world, generational talent. Foden, that's what we were talking about. Thank you so much, Herman, for the super chat. But that's what Martin responded and said, it's not only about the stats, it's not only about the GAs, it's about the effect in the game and all the stuff. But thank you, Herman, for the super chat. That's for you, Martin, to be honest. But
not to be fair, Arsenal fans are always going to say Saka. I said this yesterday. City are always going to say Foden.
But the neutrals, what would the neutrals say?
So,
whatever
no. What would that? Hold on. AFC fans never do the Saka versus Foden. We hate it. No, you guys mentioned Foden. You mentioned Starboy Saka. And you mentioned Foden.
I know that represents your.
Let me ask. Let me ask.
Every fan base has 12-year-olds on Twitter that go and do these things that get everyone all worked up, and then we'll throw back in each other's faces.
It's not on Twitter. We are on YouTube, and we're doing. So what are we?
I know there's a 12-year-old inside of you that just loves these little.
Of course, I love it.
Tits.
Love it. I want to ask Jerry. You have one spot left in your squad. Who are you taking?
Salah.
You're taking Foden.
over Saka, yeah, Foden.
Joe?
Saka.
Oh, you love Saka. We know it. You love Saka. Listen, on this note, people, get us to 300 likes. We are only 15 likes away from 300. We still have over 460 people here. Stay on this stream. Don't go anywhere. The guys, all the channels are in the description. The Mancunian Way, Just Joe Football Show, Jerry James, of course. And Martin, you can only find him here. He's only
Very
here
blurry.
on this channel. Very blurry on this channel. Listen, people, I want each and every one of you to go give a subscription to these brilliant guys giving me their times. Thank you all for being here. This was absolutely a fantastic, great show. I loved it. I enjoyed it. And I appreciate each and every one of you, Joe, Jerry, and Martin, and other Martin, of course. Stay on the stream. Don't go anywhere. It will take you to Lee Gunner, people. We are redirecting to
Oh, crap.
Lee. So each one here, I want you to go and say Judge Mo Raid, or say, okay, let's do this. Say Arteta in.
Arteta.
Yeah.
I'm going to copy it in the chat. Arteta in the chat. People, everyone, just say Arteta in. I copy and paste Arteta in Lee Gunner. Just copy it and then go. Just type it and then go. I appreciate you, people, and we'll see you guys soon. And we are out of here, people. Thank you.
Big up.
Peace.